Welcome back to the only dating show that's banned in 16 dimensions and mandatory viewing in 3 hells. I'm your host, Damien Lovejoy. Tonight, one brave human will have the chance to find love with a being that cryptozoologists have been unsuccessfully tracking for decades.
Thanks for having me, Damien. After my first girlfriend was taken by Bigfoot, my fiancé disappeared during our Loch Ness honeymoon, and my last boyfriend was abducted by the Dover demon, I finally realized the universe is trying to tell me something.
And what message is that, Gary?
If you can't beat 'em, date 'em.
Well, Gary, you're in luck. Behind our veil of secrets, we have 3 eligible cryptid bachelors ready to answer your questions and potentially become your life mate. Consent forms have been signed in various bodily fluids.
Welcome to the Cryptid dating game.
Let's meet our cryptid bachelors. Bachelor number 1 is a nocturnal harbinger of doom with a passion for prophecy and a wingspan that's got to be seen to be believed. When he's not predicting bridge collapses, he enjoys lamp collecting and atmospheric horror films. Bachelor number 2 is a shape-shifting trickster with commitment issues. He can be anybody you want him to be, literally. His hobbies include identity theft, lurking, and couples pottery classes. And bachelor number 3 is a legendary New Jersey native with the head of a horse, wings of a bat, and the body of... well, we're still not entirely sure. He's newly divorced after a 300-year marriage and ready to hit the dating scene. His turn-ons include pine barrens, blood-curdling screams, and long walks through isolated forests.
They all sound wonderful, especially Bachelor number 1. I've always had a thing for wings. After that Mothman documentary, I couldn't sleep for weeks. But not from fear.
Remember, Gary, the goal is to pick your perfect cryptid companion based solely on their answers. No peeking. And remember our show's motto, what happens on Cryptid Dating Game stays on Cryptid Dating Game. Because the NDA is supernaturally binding.
Bachelor number 1, I've had some bad luck with relationships. My exes all disappeared under mysterious cryptid-related circumstances. How would you ensure our relationship doesn't end the same way?
Unlike those amateur cryptids, I am a harbinger of doom, not its cause. I would actually warn you before disaster strikes. Plus, I own my own condo near Point Pleasant with an excellent school district.
Responsible and forward-thinking. That's hot. Bachelor number 2, same question.
I could simply become your exes if you miss them. I have consumed enough humans to replicate any personality. Or I could be you and date myself. The possibilities are endless.
Versatile, I like that. And Bachelor number 3?
And I have terrorized the New Jersey Pine Barrens for centuries but never once killed a dating partner. My ex-wife, a swamp hag from the Meadowlands, left me because I was too clingy and always leaving hoofprints on the ceiling. I have learned from these mistakes. Also, I make excellent blueberry pancakes. Hank!
Breakfast skills. Stupid but very important. Bachelor number 2, I live in a small apartment. Would that be a problem for you?
No issue whatsoever. I can become smaller, or a decorative lamp, or your neighbor when more space is needed. I once lived inside a man's shadow for 6 years. He never knew.
How resourceful. I love a cryptid who can adapt.
Bachelor number 3, what do you think is the most important quality in a relationship?
Hank! Trust and proper tribute. My ex never believed me when I said I was working late terrorizing campers. She thought I was seeing other cryptids. A relationship without trust is like a pine barren without adequate hiding places. Pointless. Also, I require weekly offerings of shiny objects and the occasional livestock.
Clear expectations. What a concept. Bachelor number 1, what kind of dates would you take me on?
I would take you to witness beautiful disasters from a safe distance. There is nothing more romantic than watching a building collapse while sharing a picnic on a hillside. For our anniversary, we could visit the site of future calamities before they happen. I also enjoy moth watching and possess season tickets to the opera.
Time's running short for various reasons. Gary, which lucky cryptid bachelor will you be taking on an interdimensional date?
This is such a difficult decision. They all sound like horrifying immortal entities. But I have to go with my heart. And my downstairs heart says, Bachelor number 1.
Wonderful choice, Gary. Let's meet your new cryptid boyfriend. Gary, meet your date, the one and only Mothman.
you're even more magnificent than the blurry photos. I've decorated my entire apartment with red lamp bulbs, just in case this moment ever happened.
I appreciate your foresight. We should leave this studio immediately. I have foreseen its structural failure.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Gary and Mothman will be enjoying a romantic disaster tour of soon-to-be-condemned buildings, assuming they escape this one.
Perhaps next episode I'll have better luck as the host.
Join us next week when local librarian Marjorie tries to find love with either a Wendigo with dietary restrictions, the ghost of a Victorian chimney sweep who's very particular about personal space, or a sentient algae bloom that's looking for someone to settle down and cover in slime.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Remember, viewers, love knows no bounds, dimensional, physical, or corporeal.